you have a lot of Bitcoin mining companies that would treat Bitcoin as a product, right? They would analogous to maybe a metal mining company, right? They get the metal and then they sell the metal and they get
And
dollars or
it makes
euros.
sense from a certain perspective, right? So because as you said, it's literally it's like digital mining. That's what it's being called, and that's how it can be perceived. Yeah,
Certainly. Yeah, I think there's a lot of analogies, right, that make sense in that regard. And just like any other business, they're going to think of the euros as their unit of account. They have to pay their expenses in that. They have to pay the electricity expenses, their employees. So they're going to convert the Bitcoin into fiat money, and they'll measure their, pay their expenses, they'll measure their profits again in fiat money. But over time, we've seen that many of these companies now have gone to move more to a Bitcoin standard, where they see the Bitcoin as the endpoint. So they're kind of trying to hold on to as much of it as possible. And this makes sense if you had done that historically, you would be making much more superior returns as measured in fiat than having sold it as a product. So I think this is often what happens, is that companies will, and so I think it's analogous also to many individuals, right? Many individuals might have been speculating on the price of Bitcoin initially, and then they realize, wait, I should not have sold it at that point in time. I should have just held it. And they kind of move over more to a Bitcoin standard at a personal level. And then I think companies see the same thing. They say, if I can finance my operations with debt, for example, that I pay 10 to 15% on, and hold my asset that appreciates at 35 to 50%, that delta is a pretty substantial gain that the Bitcoin's doing for me.